Hello, I'm going to be filming just a quick stretch. It'll be about 10-15 minutes. I thought I should include one of these on the channel just to have. So we're going to start at the back of the mat. We'll do a few inchworms here, like I normally start the workouts. Those arms are going to reach up. We'll lean to the left, come back through center to the right. We're going to fold forward here. Then come up to a halfway lift, so you're extending through that spine. Come back down. We'll raise up one more time. Lean to the left, back through center to the right. We fold forward, come to that halfway lift, back down. Those arms reach up, and we're gonna fold out and walk to that high plank position. From here, we're just gonna tap those knees down. 1, 2, walk back up. Arms reach up, fold forward. Nice and easy here. Tap those knees. Just trying to move through a little bit of mobility here. We walk out, 2 taps. 1, 2, walk back. 1, 2, last one here. We're gonna walk out. Don't tap those knees, we hold that high plank. We can slowly lower ourselves down here and then press up into that cobra position. This doesn't have to look this high, you can just come to here. It's a little back bend. We're slowly going to come back down, shift through table, back to that downward dog. Pedal out through those heels. We're going to shift those hips forward, ripple through to that high plank again. We lower down. Slowly push yourself up into that cobra or up dog. We're going to come back down through that table, back to that downward dog. We're going to do that one more time. So pedal out your dog here. We'll ripple through, high plank, slowly lower down. If you want to push through to up dog or stick with that cobra, you can. And shift those hips back, downward dog. Pedaling those heels. We're going to float the left leg up. Slowly bring the knee to nose. We hold here. Float back. We're going to bring that knee across to the right elbow, hold. We float back. Bring that knee just below the left wrist. We're just going to settle down into a pigeon here, slowly coming down. We can come down to the forearms next. If you'd like to bring the forehead down, you can. If you want to get into that hip a little bit more, we can walk the hands over to the right side. Sorry, I'm looking away. A couple deep breaths here. Let's slowly come back through center. If you want to stay with that pigeon, you can. There's always the option if you want to reach for that back foot. Okay, it's a little bit of a recline twist here. That might be really intense on that right quad though, so you don't have to add this. And slowly release that foot. Let that leg come back down. Hands come back to the earth. Let's untuck those right toes. We're going to come back through to that downward dog, pedal it out. We float that right leg up. Bring that knee to nose, hold here. Float back. That knee comes across, left elbow, hold here. Float back. Bring that knee just below the right wrist, slowly let it down. Inch that left leg back before we move down onto those forearms. The forehead can come down if you'd like. You can always walk over to that left side to get into that hip a little bit more. Slowly come back through center or stay with that pigeon. If you want to add that twist, we're gonna bring that left knee up and we're gonna reach back around with that right arm. And let's slowly release that back leg. Untuck those left toes. We're gonna come back through our high plank. Slowly lower down here. Press up into that cobra. And let's come back down through that table, okay? We're in our tabletop here. I'm gonna float the right arm up, opening up through the chest. Thread that right arm underneath my left, okay? So my right ear and shoulder comes down to the mat. You should feel this stretch, the top of your back, top right, into that lat, this trapezius. Let's slowly come back up through that table. From here, we'll do a few cat-cows. So we're gonna undulate that spine. We hollow out through the core, belly button to spine, curling out. And the crown of the head reaches up, bringing that chest forward and through. One more time, we round out and come back to neutral. That left arm will open up through the chest and we thread the needle, bringing that left arm underneath the right. Slowly come down here, that left ear and shoulder come down to the mat. And we're slowly gonna come back through that tabletop position. We're gonna untuck those toes, send the hips back to downward dog. And you can bring those heels a little bit further down. Holding here. We're slowly gonna ripple through again to that high plank position and lower down. Next stretch, we'll extend that right arm out perpendicular, okay? And I'm slowly gonna roll onto that right shoulder. That left foot comes up and over, acting as a kickstand. So you should feel this right in the front of that right shoulder. If this is too much, you don't have to roll over as much, okay? Slowly come back through center. Hands come in below those shoulders. That left arm is going to come out. I'll slowly roll over onto that left shoulder. The right foot comes up and over as a kickstand. And we'll slowly come back through center. From here, I'm going to raise myself up to that high plank position. And I'm slowly going to bring the feet up to meet the hands. So I'm in a low yoga squat. I'm just going to turn to face you. So this is the position that we're in. We're going to stay low here, driving those knees out with the elbows. We'll slowly bring those hips up. The feet come to face the front into that forward fold. Let the head hang heavy here. You can reach for opposite elbows if you'd like. Slowly bring those hands down, feet come out, and we sink those hips back, coming into that low yoga squat again. From here, that right hand will come down, the left reaches up, we're opening up through the chest. Back through center, let's switch. Opening up here, trying to stack those shoulders if you can. Come back through center. We're slowly going to raise up, pausing in that forward fold again. And come on up. A few shoulder rolls back here. Whew. And we're gonna open up that stance a little bit, give those hips a bit of a shake. The next thing that we're going to do, we're gonna sink down into that right leg. I'm just sending the hips back here. Come back through center. Same thing on that left side. So when we're sending the hips back, we're just gonna open up the hips a little bit here. Back through center. And back. We're slowly going to come down all the way onto that right side. If you need to raise that left foot up, you can. And slowly slowly come back up to the top. We'll go to the other side. Coming down all the way, as low as we can go here. And let's slowly, try and raise up. We're gonna put the hands on the hips. You fold forward here. Wide-legged forward fold. Walk those hands over to that left side. Back through center to the right side. Come back through center. Walk the hands in behind a little bit. And back through center once more. We're gonna shift those heels in a bit. Slowly raise up. We're gonna bring the arms up overhead. What we're gonna do, come into a sumo squat. We open up through the arms and up. Okay, so we open up through the hips and the chest here. Slowly raise up. One more here. Let's hold here. Driving out through those knees. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give those hips a little shake. We're gonna come to the back of the mat again. Those arms will reach up. We're gonna fold forward, walk to that high plank position again. Send those hips back. That left leg is gonna float up. We're gonna open up a little bit here. So I'm in a 3-legged dog. I'm opening up through the hips. Slowly come back through center. I'm gonna drive that knee to nose, hold here. Float back. One more time, knee to nose. We'll bring that leg through, okay? For a crescent lunge, I'm gonna keep that back leg elevated. Slowly raise up. Those arms come up overhead. If you need to keep that back knee on the ground, you can, that's fine. Good job. 4, 3, 2, bring those arms down. We're gonna add a twist here, so I'm gonna bring the hands together at heart center. Slowly bring that right elbow onto the left knee for that twist. If you wanna come into this a little bit deeper, you can bring that hand down and come into that supported twist as well. You should feel a bit of a ringing out here through that back, that torso, and look up towards that hand. Slowly, we're gonna come back through center. Those arms reach up one more time. Hands come back down to frame the foot. We're gonna come back through our high plank. Slowly lower down here. Make your way through cobra or up dog. Send those hips back, downward dog. We'll go into the other side. That right leg is going to float up. We'll open up into that 3-legged dog. Slowly center those hips again. I bring the knee to nose, hold here. I float back. One more time, knee to nose. Bring that leg through, crescent lunge on the other side. We rise up, those hands come up overhead. Good job. Breathing through this. Trying to straighten out through that back leg if you can. Those hands come together at heart center. We're going to go into that twist again. So I'm bringing that left elbow down to the right knee. If you need a bit more support here, you can bring that left hand down. We open up here for that supported twist. Looking up towards that hand. We're slowly going to come back through center. Those arms reach up one more time. And we fold forward. Those hands come back down. We lower down here. Last time, up dog or cobra. Send those hips back. Downward dog. We're slowly going to shift the hips through and lower the knees here into that tabletop position. Before we go into child's pose, I'm going to shift those hips forwards a bit. We're going to go into, it's called hero position. So we're slowly going to bring If you just want to bring the hands back, you can. You can bring those forearms back if you'd like. You can come all the way down. It's really up to you. I want you to stay. Don't go down. If those knees start to pop like this, it's too far, okay? So just working with that lower back and the mobility that you have. It doesn't have to be all the way down, okay? So it's quite intense in the front of those hip flexors. Slowly walk yourself back up. From here, before we go into that child's pose, we're gonna stay on our seat. Those arms are gonna reach up, back through center to the other side. We're opening up through that side body. And back through center, we shift those hips back. Those knees should be almost mat width apart here, those big toes together. And we reach the hands forward. We're going to start with an active child's pose. So those elbows should be elevated. Reaching forward with those palms. And slowly bring those hands back. So it's a bit more passive. I want you to bring the hands together over the head here. So you should feel a release through those triceps and the upper back. And slowly bring those hands down. We'll flip the palms here, really get into those lats. Send those hips back a little bit further. And you can flip those palms again. We'll take our last few breaths in this passive child's pose. And slowly come on up whenever you're ready. If you're feeling nice and limber after that stretch, it's kind of fun to do actually. I haven't recorded one of those before. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day whenever you're doing this. Thank you.